position to try and help other people in the same way that we all should. But there are certain resources that are easier for me, unfortunately, because of the global system and the way it's laid out, and looking back at history and imperialism, etc. There are certain privileges that my British passport, for example, enables me with, and that's, that is the truth. And so I realized that it was a very important position for me to really explore and to really use to not only my advantage but for other people who are oppressed by the global system, who are marginalized and who don't have a voice. Fortunately, I do have a voice and I do have ways to express myself freely without persecution, and so I'm trying to not only be the voice for other people but to give people their voice back. So that's where I kind of come from when talking about my activism and why I'm inspired to do that.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about Spain?
Yeah, sure.
Your experience there with migrants and foreigners and so on?
Yeah. Okay. So I moved to Spain after my degree. So almost a few years ago now, and I moved from Cordoba to Valencia. And when I arrived there, firstly, my boyfriend is Spanish, so we are in an interracial relationship, and that obviously draws a lot of attention, and for the most part it's not positive attention. We can talk about racism on one level, but then when you talk about interracial relationships, that's on a whole another level. But anyway, so I moved to Valencia, and within the first month or 2 months, very quickly I realized that there was a lot of discrimination, not only against black people but against Latin Americans as well, which is something that I still to this day find shocking, and every time I say it people are like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Latin Americans share the same language, they don't look too dissimilar, but it all comes back to imperialism and their history, and sometimes, not for everyone, I never want to generalize, not for everyone in Spain, but sometimes there's something of there's a feeling of superiority. Anyway, so I got to Valencia, and within a few months I was experiencing some pretty extreme